Hello there. So today I want to talk about the Metta Bhavana practice. That is the meditation on loving kindness. So nowadays, I think it's very easy for people to see how important mindfulness is. It's become very popular, and we teach mindfulness of breathing at the Norwich Buddhist Centre. But we also teach the practice of loving kindness, which is the warmth, the open-heartedness of our practice. So why is that so important? Well, as the Buddha showed, the Buddha asked us to have a look into our own experience, and we find that at the heart of our suffering is craving and aversion, and a kind of ignorance that refuses to see life as it really is, which is basically impermanent, everything is, and ultimately unsatisfactory. We know how unsatisfactory it can be, especially in the last year. And we don't have any control over that. And also how there is no substantial self. There's no fixed self. There's nothing that we can cling on to when we really look. So in order to understand all these teachings of the Buddha, we need a lot of love, and particularly self-love. The more that we love ourselves, the more we will certainly be able to then love other people. We'll have love to share, but it starts with ourselves, and that's very important. So when I first came across Buddhism and found out that this practice was going to be taught, I'd already learnt mindfulness. I wasn't terribly enthusiastic, I must admit. I kind of thought to myself, well, you can't force yourself to become more loving. And of course, that's true. You can't force yourself to. But you can encourage yourself by seeing how things are. I would say essentially that metta is really about being open and undefended. And when we come to meditate, whatever practice we do see quite clearly that we are defended. We're defended against our insecurities, our sense perhaps of lack of worth. And so we've got all these voices that go on in our head and undermine us. And, well, it's very unpleasant. It's very uncomfortable to feel that sense of insecurity and of maybe even not liking ourselves very much, or feeling regretful and remorseful about some of our life. Sometimes it's not to do with something we've done. It might be that we've had a very difficult background, a very difficult childhood. Maybe we haven't been given love, and we think that, if only we are loved, we will be able to love. But what we find when we do the Metta Bhavana is that it actually works the other way. The more that we can learn to love, the more we will be loved. It just does work that way, because it means that we're not grasping, we're not always looking, we're not demanding, we're not getting jealous. All these ways in which we try and protect ourselves and actually can very much isolate us. When we're trying to look for love and grab for love, and it's never enough, and maybe we feel like a bottomless pit. So this meditation of the Metta Bhavana, it teaches us how to turn towards our authentic experience. It's not about slapping a bit of loving kindness on what's there. It's something much more profound, really. So we start opening to how we are, and getting to hear those quiet, sensitive, tender voices within ourselves, those emotional parts of ourselves that need attention, and that maybe we don't give them the attention because we're hoping somebody else will do that, but we have to do that for ourselves. Anyway, obviously there's a lot more that could be said about the Metta Bhavana, and if you would like to join me and Savananda on that 4-week course, it starts next Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, and you can book on the Norwich Buddhist Centre website. So I'll leave it there. If you want to know more, do join us.